Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Pipe Report. God, you're going to watch a video with me, and you're going to laugh. David Pakman, our beloved David Pakman, who is trying so desperate to become corporate media, who acts so pretentious, so presumptuous. Like, he is the arbiter of truth. Like, he wants to fight for the little guy. Just watch this video. Watch this video with me, and if you don't laugh, I don't know, let's just watch it together. Sorry, move my microphone toward me.
So yesterday, I told you that I had received an email from a viewer with a link to a video that makes it look as though in 2012, on stage with Mitt Romney and his wife Ann Romney, Donald Trump might have grabbed the rear end of Ann Romney. We have the video where we played this video yesterday, and we'll show it to you again today. And it's a moment where Mitt Romney is speaking, and you see Donald Trump sort of shift in a weird way, and Ann Romney seems to almost like be startled into moving slightly forward or shifting her buttocks. And Donald Trump, when that happens, has a really strange look on his face. And again, I presented this not because I necessarily thought anything in particular was going on, but because a viewer had pointed it out to me, and it was weird. And I mostly expected that this would disappear, and that would kind of be the end of it. Well, a user on our YouTube channel went back and found more video of this same event and pointed out that Ann Romney, as soon as the speech is over, very awkwardly sort of walks away from Trump and doesn't shake his hand or anything.
Okay. David. Oh, David, you poor man. Or kid, maybe? You poor fool. How do you prove a negative? I mean, let's think about this. Romney and Trump, they had one of the worst feuds ever. They really did, recently. You don't think that if Trump groped his wife, that wouldn't have gone out? David Pakman says that he's not sure he believes this. I mean, this is something that can't be proven, but yet I'm going to report on it. My name is David Pakman. I'm going to report on this story in the hopes that it goes viral, in the hopes that it gets more people to denounce Donald Trump and to view him in a negative light. To think, you know what? It's quite possible that he's grabbing her ass right there. There's no proof of it. There is no proof of it, but it's a possibility. And with Trump's history, it's more than likely it's possible. Like, it's amazing. This guy has over 400,000 subscribers. It truly is amazing. I mean, it's impressive. I'm not going to lie. He has way more viewers, way more subscribers than me. But can people actually watch him and take him seriously? When I first saw this, I thought it was a joke. And then I watched some more of David Pakman's videos, like one of them where he was trying to say Jesus was a socialist. And it's just like, what? And some of the reasons why Jesus was a socialist is because Jesus believed in caring for others. Jesus believed in helping those in need. Well, capitalism and charity go hand in hand. In fact, charity would not exist without capitalism. So you really can't... poor David. But you watch this and you're like, wow, he's so desperate. He's so desperate for a story that he is willing to make outrageous accusations with no proof at all, with not even any circumstantial evidence. His circumstantial evidence is only that she walked away without shaking Trump's hand. Oh, wow. That must mean a lot. Since she didn't shake the man's hand standing next to her, he automatically sexually assaulted her. That's the only logical explanation. And then the whole time when, her husband, Mitt Romney, was calling him a phony, was calling him a scam artist, all this stuff, disgusting person, he didn't mention that his wife was groped by Donald Trump. Yeah. That's so like Romney to completely omit that. Really, David? David, I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. I do like watching you just for shits and giggles. I mean, you always put a smile on my face. Not because of your unbiased and brilliant reporting, just by the amount of desperation in your videos. You are trying to mold and brainwash your viewers by releasing smut videos like this and trying to get people to view Donald Trump as if he sexually assaulted Mitt Romney's wife. And you're saying it in the way that, well, this isn't my opinion. But people believe this. Even though I don't believe this, people believe this. So it's important that I report on this. Because this could be true. Although I don't think it is. But we don't know for true. I mean, he's basically saying that he believes it's true. But in his position, he can't say it's true. But since other people believe it's true, it's important that he reports that it might be true. Because if it is true, then he called it. He called it months in advance. Like, David Pakman. Let's keep watching.
We got a message. There was a comment left on our YouTube channel about this. And it says, David, you could be onto something. Found the original on YouTube. She even seems to frown towards the end. Notice how she quickly leaves the stage. She didn't shake Trump's hand. It seems odd. So I went and looked at...
Holy crap. She frowned. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I made this video before I actually watched the whole thing. I didn't know she frowned. If I would have known she frowned before she didn't shake his hand, my whole outlook on this could be different. That's my bad. I didn't know she frowned.
That video, and it is exactly as this YouTube viewer describes. Watch Ann Romney as the speech ends, leaning away from Trump and getting out of there just immediately without shaking Donald Trump's hand, kind of stepping away and pointing to someone. Maybe she had to go and speak to somebody in the crowd, whatever. But again, individually, none of these are definitive evidence that Donald Trump did.
None of these are definitive evidence, but I'm going to report on it anyways. Because if we want, we could say a flying spaghetti monster exists. If you want, you can make any outrageous claim. Any outrageous claim. How many conspiracy theories are out there where they take these evidence that by themselves mean nothing, but then they try to group them. They try to group them with different accusations and different topics, and they try to form this whole conspiracy theory, and they're using that as the basis. And it's all based on circumstantial evidence that has no relevance towards each other. And he's doing this right here. He is spreading fake news right here. He is synonymous with CNN and this guy, Don Lemon, and MSNBC, and Huffington Post, and the Young Turks, and all of these fake people that have a political narrative, that have a political bias that they're trying to unleash on the American people. David Pakman claims he's independent news. His welcoming video is against corporate media. Yet that's all he tries to be is corporate media. He spins the story in a negative view of Trump. He creates fake news with no basis, and he tries to get his viewers to believe it. And his viewers, they eat it up because they hate Trump so bad that they're willing to listen to someone like David Pakman and actually think he makes sense. When anyone who listens to David Pakman for more than a minute just laughs at the man because he's just an idiot. He is clueless. He is clueless and he is desperate.
Anything. The dynamic immediately, without shaking Donald Trump's hand, kind of stepping away and pointing to someone. Maybe she had to go and speak to somebody in the crowd, whatever. But again, individually, none of these are definitive evidence that Donald Trump did anything. The dynamic is very, very strange here, though. And Ann Romney stepping away and opting not to shake hands with Donald Trump after reacting strangely at a moment where Trump does seem to reach for something with his right hand and then have this weird, doofy look on his face. I don't know. I'm presenting to you what I'm seeing. This is all coming from the audience. I don't know whether we will ever learn any more about this, but it is certainly now two pieces of sort of unusual video from this exact same incident. Yeah, I wonder how hard it would be to reach.
I was watching Hard Bastard did a video on this, and he made a great joke about this is David Pakman's producer right here. And in the video earlier on, you don't see him at all, but you see David Pakman's hand moving. And Hard Bastard, he gave a brilliant retort to this, saying, well, we don't know what the producer is doing. The producer could be under the table right now, pleasing David Pakman. If you look at the way David Pakman's moving his hands, that could be synonymous with somebody who is receiving oral sex under the table. Someone who's feeling pleased under the table. I mean, now, some of you might think that, wow, that's just kind of disgusting for me to even say it, but I think it's important to say that because that claim is just as outrageous as the claim David Pakman is making. Is just as outrageous. It may sound bad, but in the grand scheme of things, it is no different than what David Pakman is accusing Trump of. No different at all. Taking someone's actions and the way someone acted toward another person and saying that is circumstantial evidence to indicate that that person was sexually assaulted by the president at the time, or president now, Donald Trump at the time. Really? Are we really going to go there, David?
Out to Ann Romney on this one, maybe. I'm sure she made the decision that if this did happen,
not to say
she didn't want to go public with it, certainly in 2012 when Mitt Romney was running, or even in the 2016 race when Donald Trump had multiple sexual misconduct allegations made against him.
And it would have been an opportune time for her to say, hey, you know what, when I was on stage in 2012, he did this. So yeah, she could certainly put this to bed with just one sentence. But in the meantime, more and more of our...
Yeah, but why would she? Why would she? I think you're the only one that thinks there's anything to this. So why would she put something to bed that actually isn't there? It's just what you want there. You are desperate to find something on Donald Trump because everything you think is destroying Donald Trump hasn't destroyed him yet. The Robert Mueller investigation, the sexual assaults against him, all of these allegations that have not been proven true at all and that won't be true. So now you're jumping on the next thing. Every time you accuse Donald Trump of something, he is exonerated. Turns out he's not involved at all. So you have to go right to the next thing and try to accuse Donald Trump of that. This is why you are synonymous, David, with CNN and MSNBC. These people you claim you are against, these people you think you are the antithesis of, you are actually synonymous with them. You are them. You are trying just as hard as them to try to pin anything on Trump, no matter how retarded it actually is. Like this video, David. Way to go, David. Way to go.
Audience thinking, hey, David, there is something weird going on there. The video you just watched was made possible by support from you. Please go to patreon.com/David.
I'm shocked. I am shocked people support David Pakman. I really am. Of course he did. I mean, oh man. It's pretty crazy. Way to go, David. And I'm done.